Today, we are going to tell you 5 things that we love about the Walt Disney World Skyliner gondolas as we take a ride on them. And I'm here with
Easton from Easton's Edge.
this is the Skyliner gondola station behind Epcot, and you can see the gondolas moving around. They have all kinds of neat designs on them.
Yeah, the best part is if you do step into one with a design, you can still see through.
And right here, you can see that these gondolas are handicap accessible. They pull them off the track so you can get in them with a wheelchair.
That's like super helpful because the gondolas never need to stop, so you're never held up in traffic. It just pulls one to the side. You can put in your stroller or wheelchair and go for a ride.
Each one of them seats up to 8 people on the benches in here, 4 on each side. They don't always put 8 in them, but they will seat 8.
This is the Skyliner that goes from Hollywood Studios to the transfer station, where we'll get off to go to our locations and board a different Skyliner to go to our locations.
The Skyliner gondolas at Walt Disney World connect 7 resorts and 2 parks. So the first thing that we love about the Walt Disney World Skyliner is that it offers transportation from all 3 resort categories, unlike the monorail. The monorail's always been a convenient way to get around, but it's only offered on 3 of the deluxe resorts. And the Skyliner gondola system offers transportation from deluxe resorts, moderate resorts, and value resorts, all alike. So the deluxe resorts that are offered that connect to the Disney Skyliner gondola system are the Boardwalk, the Beach Club, and the Yacht Club. The moderate resorts that connect to the Skyliner are the Caribbean Beach Resort and the neighboring Riviera Resort. The 2 value resorts that you can catch on the Skyliner gondolas are Pop Century Resort and Art of Animation Resort. So you have a lot more resort options if you want to stay in a resort that's on this gondola system that provides such easy transportation. The Skyliner gondolas, each individually, don't actually have air conditioning. They are cooled just by airflow from the windows and the vents that are in the bottom behind the seat, and we'll show you those here in a minute. Here you go. There's the vents that are under the seat there that go out. And if you look up, you can see the vents in the top, and they're created so that the air flows top to bottom through those vents, and it creates a pretty good airflow, keeping it cool. So they are comfortable. What did you think?
I was really worried when a bunch of people got in. It would be super crowded and it would be musty because you've been getting sweaty walking around the parks, and it would stink and it'd be hot. And there's a lot of airflow in the Skyliner. It's perfect actually in there.
Sometimes it even blows your hair around a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But those air vents and the windows in the top, they do open and close. So you can control them a little bit if you're too cold or too hot. You can open and close those. If you are looking forward to taking the Skyliner gondolas from your resort to the theme parks, always remember to grab a times guide because the Skyliner system does have operating hours, and you want to make sure you coordinate those with the time that you want to show up at the theme parks. So, Easton, what did you think about the Skyliner? Was it smooth? Was it frightening from a kid's perspective?
Um, it's not very frightening. It does go pretty high. Um, it's really, really smooth. I would say that when it goes up to the height that it stays at, you do kind of get that feeling in your stomach, and when you go down into the stations, you also get that feeling. But it's not as bad. I recommend facing forward during when you drop down. So you're going to be facing toward the station, and that'll make it a little better.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I do want to add too that I am not a fan of roller coasters, uh, but I can ride this. I really do enjoy the Skyliners. And there's the ventilation system again. You can see the holes. They go straight down to the ground outside. Don't drop anything through those that you care to get back because you won't get it back. It'll be down there underneath the Skyliner somewhere. And now we're coming into the Skyliner station, the transfer station that has gondolas that go to Art of Animation and Pop Century, and another line of gondolas that will take you to the Riviera Resort stop, as well as continuing on to Epcot. So you will get off the gondolas here at this station and choose where you want to go next. Here's a look around the station. Look to the right there, that goes to Pop Century and Art of Animation. And we're looking around here to the left. These gondolas go to Riviera Resort and Epcot.
Here we are getting on the station at the Generation Gap Bridge in between Art of Animation and Pop Century, heading back to the transfer station.
This is the only spot in the Skyliner gondolas that actually goes over water. So here in between, you can see there on the left, that's Art of Animation Resort, and to our right is Pop Century Resort. It's a little bit out of the picture right now, but this is Hourglass Lake that is between Art of Animation and Pop Century, and we're cruising over this one. I think this might be one of my favorite Skyliner lines to ride on because it's kind of fun to go over the water and it has a lot of really neat scenery. So now we are going to move on to our second thing that we love about the Skyliner gondolas. The Skyliner connects Epcot to Hollywood Studios, and this makes it easier to visit both of these parks in a single day. You can start out going to Hollywood Studios and riding some of the popular attractions there, maybe get your boarding pass to Rise of the Resistance, and then you can get on the Skyliner and go over to Epcot and spend a little time there if you want to.
There's also a walking path from Hollywood Studios to Epcot or vice versa. And it's super nice if it's a nice day. You just want to get some extra exercise. You can go on that walk. But kids, sometimes you don't want to go on that walk. So a Skyliner is a great excuse. Hey mom, hey dad, we haven't been on that Skyliner yet. Don't you want to ride it? Free ride to Hollywood Studios or Epcot.
You like to ride the Skyliner better. It's more fun, huh, than a long walk.
Yes.
But those of us adults who've been eating our way around Epcot, sometimes we like to take a little walk on the walking path. You can always walk one direction, and then if you're tired, you can ride the Skyliner in the other direction. But sometimes you need to get to the theme parks early, especially Hollywood Studios right now with the opening of the new Star Wars Rise of the Resistance attraction. The Skyliners may not get you there early enough, so be careful and make sure you talk to your travel advisor. And when you get there, review the times that the Skyliner will be operating. What is your favorite attraction in all of Walt Disney World?
Oh boy. I'm not too sure. I guess my favorite would have to be Flight of Passage in Animal Kingdom because it's really immersive and you feel like you're really there. But my second favorite would definitely be Rise of the Resistance because you also feel like you're in Star Wars. I really recommend that ride.
So now we're coming in for a landing here at the transfer station where we're going to change Skyliner gondolas and decide if we want to go to Hollywood Studios or in the other line to the gondolas that will take us on to Epcot. Now we're leaving the transfer station, departing from the station that is behind Caribbean Beach Resort. And that leads us to the third thing that we love about the Walt Disney World Skyliner, and that is that riding in it gives you a bird's eye view of Walt Disney World, of the resorts, and the theme parks.
Now we're going over Caribbean Beach Resort. All those beautiful blue rooftops.
Caribbean Beach Resort has a lot of really good and fun things. What is your favorite part of Caribbean Beach Resort?
I really like the pirate pool there. It's super good.
And look, here you go. You can see the airflow again in this gondola. And looking right over there, straight ahead now, you can see Disney's newest resort, which is Riviera Resort. That resort connects at the very end of Caribbean Beach Resort. Looking right over here is Old Port Royale, which is the main part of Caribbean Beach Resort. Oh, I just saw Star Wars go by. All kinds of different fun designs. Again, straight ahead here, you can see where the very end of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort and Disney's Riviera Resort kind of come together, and they meet up there at that gondola station. Riviera Resort is beautiful. It really is a gorgeous place. Behind the little lighthouse over there is Sebastian's Caribbean Beach Resort's newest table service restaurant.
And over there is Guardians of the Galaxy, which is not yet open, but Guardians of the Galaxy will be in that building, and they're hand-pinching Epcot Ball.
Guardians of the Galaxy will be Epcot's newest attraction when it opens, slated right now for sometime in 2021, but they haven't announced an opening date. Everybody's really looking forward to and anticipating that roller coaster. That building is huge. Now we're coming into this transfer station between Caribbean Beach Resort and Disney's Riviera Resort. You can get off here or you can remain on this line. And if you stay here on this line, it will go around the corner and you may pick up some extra hitchhikers with you. But from here, your gondola will take off and float toward Epcot. This line between Epcot and the transfer station, and even between here, Caribbean Beach Resort and Riviera Resort, this is the longest line on the Skyliner that you can ride. The other lines are all a little bit shorter. The fourth thing that we love about the Walt Disney World Skyliner is that it's a fun attraction in itself. Even if you are not staying in one of the resorts or not trying to get anywhere purposefully, it is really fun just to get on this Skyliner and float along over the top of everything.
And some of those drops are like, they do give you that feeling sometimes, and I do agree. It goes pretty fast, faster than you'd think, and it's super duper fun. There's fun voices that tells you about what you're seeing throughout where you go. There's fun designs on a lot of the Skyliner things, and there you can see is Disney's fire station, which they have one like on their actual property, which is kind of cool.
Reedy Creek Fire Station. It's actually their own fire district. Oh, see, you can see Epcot over there. You see Spaceship Earth in the background. And we're moving at a pretty good pace. Sometimes the Skyliner attraction does slow down just a little bit, but it moves along pretty good. It's a fun, floaty feeling. So you definitely should try to ride it while you're in Walt Disney World. We're floating alongside Epcot here, and on the left you can see Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios. You can see all the different gondola designs coming to us. There was Chewie and some Porgs. And on the right-hand side, you see the Swan and Dolphin Resort. We're coming up here now on the little turn station that is going to turn these Skyliners away from Hollywood Studios and towards Epcot. So the last and fifth thing that we love about the Walt Disney World Skyliner, and I shouldn't say the last thing we love about it, because there's a lot of things we love about the Skyliner. We go and ride it just for fun. But the fifth thing that we love about the Walt Disney World Skyliner is that you don't need a park ticket to ride it. So if you are flying in, and your first day here, you don't have a park ticket, you can still ride the Skyliner attraction. It is outside the parks and outside the resorts, so you don't need to go into a theme park to ride it. You can get on these gondolas and just have a fun bird's eye view of what's going on, and they have some neat audio that tells you what you're seeing. The only park that isn't connected somehow with Disney's transportation system or alternative transportation now is Animal Kingdom Park. The Magic Kingdom Park is not directly connected by Disney's Skyliner gondolas. However, you can take the Skyliner gondolas to the back of Epcot and then walk to the front and take the monorail from Epcot to the Magic Kingdom. So it really interconnects 3 out of the 4 parks, and I actually wish they had these Skyliner gondolas as a mode of transportation from Disney's Transportation Ticket Center across the lake to the front of Magic Kingdom. Because sometimes the monorail and the ferry boat, I feel like, just don't adequately handle the crowds, and these gondolas are a lot of fun to ride. Up here on the left-hand side is Disney's Boardwalk Resort, which is located right behind Epcot. Again, you can see Spaceship Earth up there on the right-hand side. Disney's Boardwalk Resort is a great deluxe resort for families. They have rooms that will sleep larger families, and they have a wonderful big top circus themed swimming pool. It's a great place to stay if you want to visit Walt Disney World and easily get to Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
And you have to be thinking for some of the people that already have park tickets. You have to be thinking right now, oh, well, how does this benefit me? I mean, I could get into the park and ride it even if it didn't need to be going into the park. Well, you have to remember, it takes a while to scan your magic band and go through the metal detectors. So being right out front is very helpful for you as well. So you don't have to scan in and go through. You can just walk right on and go.
That is the case, depending on where you're located and where the gondola stations are from you. It's right out front of Hollywood Studios, but the gondola station for Epcot is behind Epcot because it's closer to the 3 deluxe resorts that sit on those gondola stations.
And on the right there, you can see the sign for Ratatouille, where the new attraction is going to be for Ratatouille. And I, for one, am super duper excited. I'm a big fan of Ratatouille. I always have been. And I'm excited that they're now going to have a ride in France.
The France Pavilion. Ratatouille is coming to the France Pavilion in Epcot in 2021, I believe. It's going to open. I don't believe they've announced a date yet, but they have announced a date for Mickey's Runaway Railway, and that opens in just a couple of weeks here in Hollywood Studios. There's a lot of new attractions coming to Hollywood Studios and coming to Epcot, which is just more reasons to visit these parks.
And the Mickey's Runaway Railway is going to be where the Great Movie Ride used to be, so look forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm glad they've kind of given that a fresh look. Thanks very much for riding along with us on Disney's Skyliner Gondolas.
See you real soon, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.